I think it's a huge priority. I think it's a role that the community controlled health services should play a primary part in. They're the ones that are on the ground, they're the ones that understand the cultural aspects, they understand cultural security and cultural safety. Within community controlled health services we have Aboriginal health workers that kind of close the gap between your nurses and your doctors. They've got that background and understanding already, and the Aboriginal people welcome that. They find that easier to go to health services. We already find that it's hard to get Aboriginal people to go for regular checkups and get treated. So I think the community-controlled health services, being under-resourced and stretched as they are, I think that there should be more focus and more investment in them. Being with the Workforce Issues Project Officer at the moment, it deals with a lot of issues with shortages of general practitioners, but mainly in bringing the Aboriginal health worker up to a primary role in the community-controlled health services. We're obviously seeing that there's not a lot of young Indigenous people coming through to working in Aboriginal health, specifically in the clinical services. So I'm really keen to try and promote Aboriginal health as a career, to get a lot of our young people to come through, because I think it's something that if they know enough about, they would be very much interested in being involved in. It's not talked about enough. Everyone hears about Aboriginal health and the negative effects in the media and all of that sort of stuff, but I really don't think that the positive aspects and the positive career pathways within Aboriginal health, I don't think it's networked enough. I finished my Year 12. I did a Certificate 2 in Business traineeship through the government. I didn't particularly feel like I wanted to start a career in the government sector. Then I was offered a traineeship to do my Cert 3 in Business at Danila Health Service, and I have to say I didn't know what Danila Health Service was then. So it was quite an experience going there and seeing that there was a health service for Aboriginal people. And I got the traineeship. Then I continued on with my Certificate 4, and then I became the PA to the CEO. And from there the role just grew. Given the fact that the health service was under-resourced, it was a great way to be able to be multi-skilled, to take on a whole number of tasks and responsibilities. And having worked for Pat Anderson as the first CEO, it was just completely enriching, just working for somebody so passionate about Aboriginal health that I couldn't help but just take that on board, and I've never looked back since. I've just been enjoying Aboriginal health since. I've worked at Danila for about 7 or 8 years. I then went over to the Cooperative Research Centre for Aboriginal Health. They were actually the organisation that funded my traineeships at Danila. So it was quite nice to actually go there and work there, to work with the people that actually supported me through my 2 traineeships at Danila. So I stayed there for about 15 months, and I'm now at the AMSANT, and I've been there for about 6 weeks, and that's finally getting into more of the project work. So I'm actually feeling like I'm getting a bit more of a hands-on approach after having learned under so many CEOs. It's yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, to the future. So there is support mechanisms. The Cooperative Research Centre has been one of them. Some time ago they actually funded traineeships just in administration or any other sort of TAFE certificates. They're now focusing on your PhD and scholars, but still have those support mechanisms to bring Aboriginal health into people into Aboriginal health. At Danila we actually incorporated a program to bring a number of trainees into Danila. We had about 5 trainees, and quite a few of them have stayed on in Aboriginal health. And I think given out of 5 trainees to have at least 3 of them still involved in Aboriginal health, I think that's a huge success. So having small joint ventures like that happening, if you can get 1 or 2 people involved in Aboriginal health at one time, I think that's a great success.